President Biden arrives in Israel a day after a deadly explosion at a Gaza hospital leads to protests across the Middle East. And prosecutors plan to recharge actor Baldwin in connection to a fatal shooting on a movie set. The Morning Rundown starts now.
From the Straight Arrow News Studio, bringing the stories that matter to you from across the United States and around the world. This is the Morning Rundown.
Today is Wednesday, October 18th. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kara Rucker. This morning, President Joe Biden arrived in Israel a day after a deadly explosion at a hospital in Gaza reportedly killed hundreds and led to protests across the Middle East. Who was responsible for the blast remains in dispute, as Gaza authorities blame an Israeli airstrike, while Israel says the explosion was due to a misfired rocket launched by a Palestinian militant group. Biden this morning agreeing the rocket does not seem to have come from Israel. Gaza officials say an estimated 500 people were killed in Tuesday's blast, as thousands of civilians were seeking shelter in the hospital at the time. The explosion resulted in protest in several nations across the Middle East. Countries including Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Egypt, and Iraq have issued statements condemning Israel for the blast. Speaking with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu today, President Biden agreed with Israel.
I was deeply saddened and outraged by the explosion at the hospital in Gaza yesterday. And based on what I've seen, it appears as though it was done by the other team, not you.
Biden went on to say, quote, "There's a lot of people out there not sure." The president is in Israel to speak to the prime minister about the country's response to the deadly attack by Hamas that saw 1,400 people killed, including 31 Americans, around 4,000 injured, and 200 taken hostage. He's also seeking a path for humanitarian aid to reach the citizens of Gaza as Israel continues its retaliatory airstrikes and prepares for a ground operation. According to Gaza officials, more than 3,000 people have been killed and more than 12,500 injured since Israel began its military response. While in Israel, the president is trying to prevent the war from spreading in the region. Earlier this week, Iran, who is known to back both Hamas and Lebanese terrorist group Hezbollah, warned that other multiple fronts will open if Israel's airstrikes continue to kill civilians. Iran's foreign minister tweeted last night, "Time is over." Hezbollah and Israel have exchanged fire several times since the war with Hamas began. A summit hosted by the country of Jordan with President Biden and Egyptian and Palestinian leaders was canceled in the wake of the hospital blast. Despite a vote on the House floor Tuesday, Congress is still without a speaker. Jim Jordan, the House Judiciary Chairman and the GOP's nominee for Speaker, failed to secure enough votes during the first ballot. Jordan received 200 votes, short of the 217 needed to become the next speaker. Jordan could only afford to lose 3 Republicans during Tuesday's vote, but 20 ended up choosing someone else. All 212 Democrats voted for Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. Jordan did not schedule another vote for Tuesday night, telling reporters he's got to continue talking to members.
We got to have a speaker, and it can't be some deal with the Democrats. I mean, American people don't want that. They elect Republicans in a majority, small majority, I get it, but we got 200 votes in the first ballot.
The next vote on the House floor is set for this morning at 11 a.m. A murder suspect is among 4 suspects to escape from a Georgia prison, and they remain on the loose. The Bibb County Sheriff's Office said the inmates got out Monday through a damaged window, then cut a fence before getting into a Dodge Challenger that was waiting for them. In addition to the murder suspect, the other 3 fugitives were being imprisoned on various charges, one accused of aggravated assault, another arrested on firearm and drug trafficking charges, and the 4th was being held by the U.S. Marshals for an undisclosed charge. 38 schools have been placed on a soft lockdown, meaning outdoor activity was limited as police search for the escapees. It was last month when convicted murderer Danilo Cavalcante made national headlines after escaping from a Pennsylvania prison. It took authorities nearly 2 weeks to capture him. According to internal emails from the Pennsylvania prison obtained by various news organizations this week, some of the prison staff suspected Cavalcante was planning to escape weeks before he broke out. Prosecutors in New Mexico are planning to recharge actor Alec Baldwin with involuntary manslaughter in connection to the fatal shooting on the set of the film Rust in 2021. Baldwin's case will be brought before a grand jury in November. The 30 Rock actor has said he is not responsible for the death of the film's cinematographer, Helena Hutchinson. In a statement Tuesday, prosecutors say after an extensive investigation, quote, additional facts have come to light that we believe show Mr. Baldwin has criminal culpability. Lawyers for Baldwin responded saying this is a misguided prosecution and they will answer any charges in court. Baldwin could face up to 18 months in prison if convicted. A group of popular online travel and shopping platforms have banded together to take on fake reviews. The Coalition for Trusted Reviews will work on best practices for hosting online reviews and sharing ways to identify fake ones. The group, which includes Amazon, Booking.com, Expedia, Glassdoor, TripAdvisor, and Trustpilot, says it aims to protect access to trustworthy consumer reviews worldwide. Tuesday's launch of the coalition came just months after the Federal Trade Commission proposed a ban on businesses paying for reviews, suppressing honest reviews, and selling fake social media engagement. According to a 2021 study by the World Economic Forum, fake reviews impact $152 billion in global spending every year. Finally this morning, would you be willing to pay to use a social media site? Elon Musk is hoping so. The owner of X has launched a subscription service for his platform. Right now it's being tested in only 2 countries, the Philippines and New Zealand. The subscription method, called Not a Bot, will charge new users a $1 per year fee in order to perform various actions on the web version of the platform, including posting and reposting content, liking posts, and replying to other users. New X users in those countries who do not pay the fee will only be able to access read-only actions like reading posts, watching videos, and following accounts. According to the company, this is being done to fight bots and reduce spam on the site. Musk posting to X, this won't stop bots completely, but will be 1,000 times harder to manipulate the platform. These are your top stories for this Wednesday. Now you can get the morning rundown in your inbox each weekday morning by subscribing to our newsletter. Visit our website, san.com, and go to the Rundowns podcast page to sign up. Unbiased, straight facts, that's Straight Arrow News. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Until then, I'm Kara Rucker. Have a great day.